So we're going to have a look at Adobe InDesign now and just getting started with that. So let me just go over to InDesign here. I've still got Illustrator open and it does look a little bit similar to that in the background, so sorry for the confusion there, but it'll disappear once we get set up. So we're going to go File and New Document for what we're wanting, and I've got my preview mode switched on here, and this is in InDesign CC. So here, preview switched on here. If I switch it off, then it's going to not show us what we're doing, what we're setting up. So here, if we look up at the document settings here, we've got the intent. It's for print, so we're wanting you to make a poster in this module. So intent is print. We only need it to be one page, so we'll leave that as it is. Facing pages, we'll leave that as it is. Page size, we can decide whether we want it to be A3, A4, whatever. I'd just stick it with A4 for now. So here it gives you the size of what it is, and then you've got the orientation, whether it's portrait or landscape, and so that's the landscape view. So I'm going to keep mine portrait for now. The next box down is for columns and how many columns you've got in there. So this is if you're going to be putting text into some boxes or images into some boxes in a particular place. And so as you can see, if I add columns here, it's going to add some more columns into this document for me like that. So I'm going to leave that on 3 like that, and here we've got the gutter, so that's the width of the space in between these different columns that we're adding in here. So let's put that back down to 4. Here we've got the margins, so this is for the top, bottom, inside and outside of the page, and they're all linked together. So as I change this, you can see them all coming in. And so this would be useful if you're going to have a document that's going to be bound, pages that are going to be bound in a book, and you were wanting to turn pages. And so what you would want to do is unlink these so that you can see here for this inside on the left hand side, you perhaps want a fold in margin. So as the pages of the book are being turned, you can see the left and the right, they're going to need this kind of fold in space, because you're not going to be able to read right into the corner of the the edge of the page. But for what we want, we're not really bothered about that at the moment, so we'll leave these at 13 millimeters. The other thing that we do want to switch on here is in this bit, this bleed and slug. So the bleed area is an area of the document that extends beyond the white page, and so this is if you want to have something on the outside on a piece of paper that goes beyond. It means that it's printing up to the edge of the paper, basically. So your images that you're placing in InDesign, they'll have a bit of overlap here, and so the red line that we're going to make here, industry standard is for a 3 millimeter bleed. That's the area that would be cut off by a printer. Once they printed your work out onto paper, they'd have this bleed area, and they'd chop off the edge of your page. So you're kind of overcompensating for the amount of image that you put on here. You can also have a slug area, and this is another external area to the actual page where you can add some more information. Maybe this is to the printers themselves that are going to be working on your work for you. You can write little messages in there. So you can see here we've got a couple of different coloured lines here. I'll just press OK, and we can see we've got the actual document now, and we've got various different coloured outlines happening here. So we've got the slug area, which is this light blue, the bleed area, which is in red, and then the white area here, obviously that's the paper, and then we've got these columns that are in pinky purple.